All right, good evening. Thanks to all of you who are with us at this evening on the New Year's Eve. So, welcome to our 15th Equator College webinar, a design conversation with our very own local artist, Jiaying from Tech, Stan from Old Critters Studio, and our very own alumni, Ho Ching from Kebuff, or we call him Ayer. So thank you for joining us this evening. I hope this session will inspire all of you once again. So it is an honor to have all three of you in this webinar this evening, and thank you to agree to do this on New Year's Eve. Okay, so without wasting so much time. So can you guys further introduce yourself to the audience? Maybe we can start with Jiaying.
Oh, me. Okay. Hi, I'm Jiaying. You can call me as Tuck. So, yeah, Tuck. So, like every day I am doing as a graphic designer. So, but for toys, it's my hobby lah. Like the things I do after works. So, just after like every day, like you after your busy work, then start to have some fun. So I make toys for hobbies and so get some fun from there.
Right.
All right, thank you. Okay, next, maybe Stan would like to introduce yourself.
Hi. My real name is Stanislaus Hansen, so you can call me Stan. That's a shorter version of my name. I'm a teacher. That's my profession. So I'm doing designer toy as a hobby in the first place. So then I see the potential of it growing bigger. So I'm trying it. But previously, before I got involved in designer toys, I was doing custom Marvel, custom DC, Dark Horse, IDW, Image, and other comic figures. So yeah, and then one day I was like, I'm so bored of doing all these custom figures. It's just that because I'm doing other people's characters, so I started to think of what if I start to make my own characters? So that's how I got involved in this designer toys. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. So, Ho Ching.
Okay. Basically, I'm also a graphic designer and a full-time graphic designer. Work in the University of Wollongong, Malaysia. Okay, and I think I get into all these designer toys since 2017 when I was in the event hosted by Junwei, the Georgetown Toy and Comic Con Festival. Yeah, so that is where I first get in touch with all designer toys thingy lah. And then from time to time I visited some exhibition. Then I decided to come out with some of my own toy that I think it can represent myself. Something like that. Yep.
All right, thank you. So it's everyone comes from a very different area, and everyone are doing toys because of the love for it. So, what is your definition of art toys, actually? So, who wants to start first? Maybe Stan? Stan would like to start first.
All right. My definition of art toys. Something that you can do on top of toys, like maybe, like if let's say Van Gogh painting, and you can do it on top of your toys. So that's my definition of art toys. It's something that you can customize, something that you can change and modify based on your ideas. And also, art toys is like something limited. It's not mass produced, so it's very limited to maybe 20, 30, even 100, and it's not manufactured massively. Yeah, that's my opinion, my view of art toys.
All right, Yaing, what about you?
For me, like art toys is like the toys that have your own personality, like your own style. So like every designer has his or her own design for their toys, and it's not like the commercial one, like all you see in TV, like that kind of commercial. It's like unique but also limited, like Stan said. It's like so. For me, the art toys is unique and have his own style of the artist who create it. Yeah.
All right, Ho Ching.
To me, I think it's an idea turned into collectible, which means that maybe you have something in your mind instead of you put it on painting or you put it on any walls or anything. You just take up some clay and then you turn your ideas into a 3D stuff, some kind of collectible stuff. It performs things like painting, it performs things like all those murals. Yes, you can collect it as well.
Okay, very interesting, very diverse definition. Now, all of you are designers. You all did design, and Stan is a teacher. Why venturing into art toys? Like making toys is one of the most expensive hobby to be in, right? So why venturing into art toys? Maybe Ho Ching wanted to start first.
I think I get my mind blown during the first time I was visited to TTF in 2018, and I was so amazed that there are so many different toys that look awesome, and just wow. Okay, and then I think, hey, maybe I can create mine, and I get to participate in some of these events too. So yeah, that is how I start. And about all those costings and everything, yes, I am a very, 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 very junior in this field. And after I venturing it, only I know that, oh, okay, you need quite a lot to produce or anything. Yeah, but to me, slowly.
All right, Jiaying, what about you?
For me, I was like scrolling Facebook through, like seeing like many Taiwanese, because they started very early, like they make it their own figure. Last time they still have called racing toys, not art toys yet lah. So racing and sofubi from Japanese lah. So then I started like do research into these two things. Then also started like how to make racing toys. Then slowly get into these art toys. Eh, and then start. I try sculpt myself, sculpt my own characters, which is the hippo guy, and also was inspired by the Taiwan designer also, because everyone have their own unique characters. So I make a hippo guy as my own unique characters. Then slowly into like selling the vinyl toy also.
All right, thank you. Coaching.
I done.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, then. Sorry.
Right. Why venturing into art toys? Actually, I'm still new in this art toys. Maybe it's around like 2 or 3 years, 4 years. Actively involved in this art toys only 2 years, like that. So I didn't really know about art toys in the first place because I was more into Marvel, DC, Dark Horse. That's all I know. That's my world. So suddenly when I went to the Comic Festival in KL in 2012, I think so. That's when I saw Puyo, the 1,000 tentacles. Yeah, now
Oh, yeah.
they call, yeah. So at that time, um, he just started as well. So when I look at his work, wow, it is possible. And then he started with the A dry polymer clay, which I was using for my custom Marvel as well. So I was like, oh, yeah, he did all of his own character. But at that time, I didn't do anything about it because I was busy with Marvel, DC, and Dark Horse. And then slowly, then Georgetown Festival, the toy festival, I attended one, and then I saw you the first time, Chunwei.
Oh,
You
really?
and yeah, I was there. You and the Jackal X and a
Yeah.
few more
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, that's when I was like, oh, in Penang, oh, there's a community. All right, that's possible. Then I started to sketch out. You know, it took me like 1 or 2 years to put my ideas into it because if you see designer toys is very different than Marvel world and DC world. It's very like maybe the head is big and small, body. So I try to meddle around, play around with all this composition, with all this style. So it took me a few years to get a grip. So after that, I dare myself to create a few model, few toys, try and error, and all that. Yeah. So why venture into it? Because it's just that I like it. I love it. I love sculpting as well. So one of the toy designer or the comic book writer, John Edward. So he was the one who said, "Oh, you should love your character first, and then you will spread this love to other people." That's what he said. Oh, so I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you, John, thank you."
All right. Yeah, I think one of the reasons that we organized the first ever Georgetown Toy and Comic Con is basically we wanted to bring together uh, toy designers from around Malaysia, and I personally found out that there are lots of local talents who are hiding in their own cave. So basically to do this, I think it's good that quite a numbers of locals that actually comes out, like especially like Jackal X. No one actually believed that they are actually from Penang. To have locals who actually produce action figures, 1/6 action figures is basically a dream come true to everyone. So yeah. So then I think the beauty about Malaysia is that a lots of all these artists are willing to share, and they encourage each other. So that's why directly after that, I think before that event we have actually built MAS, the Malaysian toy showcase. So it's that basically want us to push the things more. So when we talk about this, um, how do you see the market for art toys and collectibles in Malaysia compared to other countries? Maybe we can start with Naeem.
So for
Yeah.
me, in this year, I slowly see a lot of a lot of designer, like very new designer are coming, and also very new design from Malaysia also. So it's quite nice to see that compared to last 2 years. So quite happy to see that. And for designer toys, still not so acceptable for some people because it's not like Hot Toys, Marvels, that kind of toys. It's like you must know the value, so you will buy the toys. It's quite hard to let everyone know that. So it's like you're seeing the art. Some people like, some people doesn't like that law.
Okay. All right, Stan.
Well, I think the market for art toys in Malaysia is still new. It's not new, but I think the way it depends on whether people in Malaysia accept it. I think it's quite slow for them to accept it. But in terms of like areas like urban areas, city areas, they are started to have like a open-minded bit, different. It's very different view. It depends on where they come from, and yeah, I think now it's growing, and also more and more people know about it because now we have my toy hoard, and other people keep on asking me, "Oh, what's that? My toy hoard? What is it all about?" So I started to explain to them, "Oh, we are actually like a community doing all these designer toys." Oh, okay. I will tell the rest. But that's how we spread the love. So now it's spreading very gradually. Yeah, now it's I can see that there's a market. Um, yeah, in future, yeah, not very rampant like what like Taiwan, China, US, not that rampant. We are gradually going up. Yeah.
Yeah, Ho Ching.
I would say rather slow but increasing. Like what Zhang and Edward say earlier, it's still in the very infant stage. So I think we got a big chance to improve, and I believe if we have some big toy event like where they host in Thailand and the Taipei show, I think more and more people will fall into it. But the thing is, we need to at least give them some idea to believe in the first place, in order for them to just visit this place. Because I've been there, and the situation is crazy, and a lot of people go and queue up, and okay. So I believe we need that hype to bring more and more people in to get recognized of all this kind of market. Yeah.
It's not just queuing up. It's like when the door open, everyone are like rushing.
Yes.
like me
Yes,
and Jai
exactly.
every year when we were in Taipei Toy Festival, we were just enjoying ourselves looking at people rushing in. Yeah.
Buying toys.
So yeah,
Okay.
rushing in to buy art toys. It's not even like a Iron Man or Spider Man. It's something that it's an art
Yeah.
toys. So
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like when I was in Thailand, I spotted the I think it's SpongeBob Molly from Kenny's work, and I think I just go in and then it says sold out even before they open the door. So that kind of craziness.
yeah. So now the three of you has a very diverse character design or your toy design. All right. So if you have your toy on the table, you can show it to the audience on the camera. So what actually inspired you in creating your characters and why? So maybe we can start with Ho Ching.
What inspired me is okay. I think the first thing saw the designer toys is the course toy. Okay. Okay. If you can see, I got the Mamba at the back of my screen there. It's inside the cupboard, and that I kind of like his styles and everything. And then when I believe earlier when I spoke with Chunwei, and we talk about our Malaysia local toy artists, is like we need to have a really personal identity to represent us as a Malaysian. And then I quickly think of like, oh, hey, I'm from Kedah. And one funny thing you are from Kedah is that when you come to Penang or even anywhere, they will call you. They won't call you as Kedahan, you know. They will call you as like Ketagu, because I don't know. Hence it turns out these things are it's a Kedah buffalo, this kebab thingy. So I think
that's why you call your brand Kebuff, is it?
yes, exactly, Kedah buffalo. It's my representation of myself and to planning to bring over to explore the world with me together. Yeah, that is what inspired me, like the course toy.
All right. So Stan, what about you?
Well, mine, what inspires me is actually Pokemon. If you know Pokemon, so
Yes, of course.
Pokemon, Pokemon is the thing that I really love. So Pokemon, and it's a mixture of like you see this Spawn, all right. So and also some um, ordinary stuff like watermelon. When I look at watermelon, right, or when I look at onion, so it's just an onion. But why don't I just change it so that it will have 2 feet walking? You know, so just an onion. So maybe you put a little bit of character into it, all right, and even like your watermelon, not just watermelon, but just also you make it into a character, all right. And even the recent one that we had, the childhood junk food. So I just changed the bubble gum into some character. There you go. All right. So the thing is, for me, there's ideas, but it's just that time is very precious for me. You know, if you are a father, then you have to split your time to take care of your kids and also to take care of the sculpting time. So yeah, time is very precious and very limited. When I have the time to do it, even though it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, I will just do it. Yeah. So basically, Pokemon, Marvel, Spawn, and also our daily life stuff around us. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Jane?
For me, was inspired by like because I read a lot of manga comics, so everything's like have their like animals have personality like a human like. So I make my toys like a rabbit, so make it give it a personality. So this rabbit always angry and it dressed like a human. So it look like this.
Chucky.
Then this small kaiju actually is a knife, a chopped knife, like you know.
Oh.
Yeah, if give it a personality, so how you look like? You look like this, no? And hippo always smell like bring fun to people, bring joy to people, and also can switch the mood. This guy always smell
Okay.
like this. So just
when
animal
I
plus something.
when I first know that the face of the hippo can change, I also amazed.
All right. Thank you. So it's very interesting. Right. So uh, you started for all this time. Who are actually your clients or your customers? Are they purely just uh, art toys collectors, or they just collect because they find that your stuff are interesting? Maybe we can start with Jain.
For me, most of them from Taiwan, China, and Hong Kong. So like most likes cute stuff. So if like I have one client, she likes rabbit. So she only ordered rabbit, this guy. So I make one the hippo tank, right? It's the pilot is hippo, but she doesn't want, she wants rabbit, so I make a rabbit for her. So she only collects all rabbit.
Oh, right.
So she
Nice.
likes cute stuff lah.
All right, nice. What about Stan?
For me, actually, my client came from my previous Marvel, DC, and Dark Horse. So some of them, of course, after I stopped make customizing Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, of course, I lose a lot of clients. So, but some of them they started to get my stuff because I think they have a different view as well, not just realistic kind of toys they collect, but they started to collect designer toys as well. Yeah, I don't really know where they come from because I never asked. Some yeah, I did some from KL, Japan, Brunei. The rest I never ask. I don't really ask, but I think I should start to ask where they come from. Yeah.
But it's interesting to see, your how to say, your original clients are all into Marvel, DC, and Dark Horse, and
Yeah.
suddenly we diverted into cuter stuff, like what we have created, like right, like
And then
I think, I think the first time when I saw your stuff is the Yeti,
oh right.
right?
Oh,
The
okay. Yeah.
Yeti, the snowman, right? So
Yeah, the
so
Yeti.
yeah, yeah. It's very interesting there. So Ho Ching, I thought, although I know that your stuff is still in prototype, but
Yes.
maybe you have something that you wanted to comment on this.
No, actually, because I'm still at a very, very early stage and I haven't go out yet. I haven't get it done. I get it done, then I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now the next question is, all of you already have your toy brand, so how do you normally promote your brand? Maybe we can start with Jain.
We promote like in which platform is it, or
Yes,
how?
how you
How?
promote it.
Usually I post in Instagram last, and also brand, like what you make is also important, I think. Because last time I made a lot like messy stuff. Don't have a focus one. So in this year I will try switch a bit. will only focus on the rabbit guy and the hippo guy. Because last time I have like others characters, like confuse people like that. So now focus more into cute stuff. So hopefully a bit different.
All right, interesting. So, Stan?
The platform that I use is like ArtStation, Pinterest, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's all. That's all that the platform that I use. I don't think so. I have other platforms because it's very hard to maintain. So I think keep it to 4. I think is quite good enough.
Yeah.
So that's how I market it, and then also, I mine for my toys here. I I created a world, like a world. All of these creatures that I have, that's why I named them odd creatures, because they look odd. They don't look ordinary. So
Okay.
I created a world for them. They're coming from somewhere else, and then these problems and all these issues are happening in their world, right? So there's a link also with Earth. So there's a portal linked to Earth. Maybe I will just create like put some human beings to go through the portal and land in this planet. We will see how's the story. So first, the story is about their world. So the same thing, like what we face in Earth on Earth. So political issue. What else? Pollution and all that. So they are facing that. So how they fight to save their world, their planet. Yeah, basically that's the realm that I have, the world that I created. Yeah.
All right. Very interesting. So, Ho Ching, how about you?
I just started everything, and I think basically Instagram is the main channel to get my things out lah. And I think I need to work out like a main direction how to promote it. Is as I'm in the marketing department, so I'm supposed to understand how am I going to do it. So still at the very early stage, but then mainly I'll get it done from Instagram. So.
All right. Okay. So the next one is toys has always regarded as a plaything. So whenever people see toys, people will say, "Hey, why are you buying toys? How old are you?" So even myself who collected toys, there are people who question, "Hey, how old are you? Why are you still buying toys? Why are you still into toys?" But then, do you think that art toys as it is can actually presented as a piece of art? Maybe we can start with Stan.
Well, there's no harm. Earlier, I mentioned about if a blank toys, it can become a canvas. Like if I want to, like example, this blank toys, right? So I can paint. Maybe if I like Van Gogh painting, I can paint Van Gogh on top of Yeti. So it can be something new can be created. Maybe you will be able to cross, how to say it, cooperate with another artist to create something new, some other genre of art. So that's how I see it. So even though it's toy based, but you can make it suitable for adult. Yeah.
All right. That's really, really interesting. So, Ho Ching, what about you?
Definitely is a piece of art, regardless it is a designer toy or a mass production toy, because how do you put it? You are playing with your toy. This seems like you are getting a glass of liquor and enjoy the painting on the wall. It feels the same. Right? The painting is your collectible, and the toy is also your collectible thing. So definitely, it's a piece of art, lah. So, and a lot of people put a lot of effort on it. So how could you not say it's an art? Right?
Okay, so Jaing.
For me, I buy a toys. I will look at how the designer sculpt it. So the details, the shape, and skill, how they make it. So I always collect those like hand sculpted, those kaiju like this kind. So I will look into it like how is
Wow.
a piece of like art lah. Because it's original, like it's a real hand sculpted with clay, then make it into a soap movie like this. So I always buy a blank one and do a like research like how you make it, how you make the joint like. So for me, the toys is like this. I always buy. There's a reason I buy.
All right, interesting. Okay, so now 2020. We at first in 2019 we thought 2020 is going to be a great year for all of us, but it turned out that lots of things has slowed down or stopped because of the pandemic. So, do you see a drastic change in the way you work, during this pandemic, and has this pandemic actually affected your works? Coaching?
Yes, it is a very drastic change for me. It makes me super motivated and super demotivated as
Okay.
well. Because when everything put online, so somehow you will get a lot of time, but somehow you will also lose a lot of time, especially when I have kids to take care, I also have to work. They also have to attend the Zoom class or some sort lah. Then you need to plan your time very well. And in MCO, you don't get to go office, which means that you can stay awake for 24 hours. It's okay. So after I push all my kids to sleep, then only I got my own time to do my own thing. And that is how motivated I am at 3 a.m., but not at 3 p.m. Yeah, that is for me. It gives me more time to do from what I want to do.
All right. So, what about Jaing?
For me, it's a big change for me this year. I started learn 3D sculpt lah. So my choice slowly turned into 3D because last time I always come back to Malaysia to do the racing casting, but this time start here, cannot go back anymore. Then started 3D and give the printer to print, then I can sell the 3D model. Then it's a big change. Then also selling online, I think still okay for me. So the effect is like making me from hand sculpted into 3D.
So I think it's a good thing also lah, right? So what about Stan?
Well, during pandemic, during CMCO, I'm super busy because of course, if there's no school, you will replace it with online. So online, so many work to do. All right, so many preparation, so many markings to do. But at the same time, you're at home, so you have kind of more time to work on your toys as well. So the same, like I feel you, yeah. I've gone through the same process as well. Yeah, I think you also, Chunwei. Yeah, as a father, you need to take care of the online learning for your kids and you juggle. And I think only for after that, after they sleep, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I'm free. All right, it's fine. So the next day, if you're sleepy, it's fine. Just switch off the video and they won't see your eyes. Right. So there's pros and cons. So yeah, it gives me lots of time to think of ideas, how to improve my design, and I I wanted to try out like what tech was doing. I wanted to try out 3D sculpting as well. I did try a little bit through iPad, but it doesn't work. So I need to figure out what suitable software I should use. Yeah. So yeah, it's pros and cons.
All right.
I think
So
three. May I add something?
yeah, sure.
Obviously, 3D has become a thing among all those designers. I also did some Blender training, but eventually I don't how to say I successfully passed through the stage 1 of the training and then when I want to continue stage 2,
Blender, okay, Blender.
you may try.
To me, I think I think this pandemic for us is a blessing to me, right? To look at the positive side, it's a blessing because this is the time where we can actually look at the alternative road on how we can do our things like Jiaying from hand sculpt to 3D. It's like in 1,000 years you never thought that you're gonna touch 3D, right? Or maybe we have been thinking about, oh, 3D printing has been around and we should learn 3D printing, but we never go and learn. But because of this pandemic, we started to uh, go and learn new things, go and approach on new things and stuff. So I think it's not totally bad. We still have some goodness in in this 2020. So uh, another thing is that what is the biggest challenges in the things you do, and how do you overcome these challenges? Not just during this pandemic, but even before the pandemic. So how do you see the challenges that you have, and how do you overcome them? So maybe we can start with Stan.
Challenges is always about financial money. Okay, so because you need to finance your resin cast and all that. So thank goodness, next year, which is 2021, there's because I've been praying for this. So thank goodness this there's a company who's willing to, you know, work with us to print or to cast our project, and also we will cross with other artists. So in terms of financial, I think that one is quite settled. So it's just that in terms of marketing, how do we want to make it better next year? So that's the challenge. So marketing now marketing is the challenge now. How do we market it? How do we influence other people regarding our toys? So yeah, I'm very scared. Oh, so how? We'll see how. We'll see. All right.
All right, Jain.
Same as Stan, also money and also selling my toys. It's quite hard. because you want to keep like spamming people on Instagram like buy my toys like that. Quite hard. Also doing marketing also. I still figuring out how to make your toys, your brand like more explore or more popular. It's quite challenging things for me. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, Ho Ching?
My biggest challenge is that I am totally new into this industry, toy, where I have to start everything from scratch, and a lot of failure. I tried to sculpt my own kebab, and eventually it wasn't quite successful. And I get to try in 3D, and also wasn't that successful. And then with a lot of things to think of, you easily get lost lah. Like stands and they will have like lost in the marketing side, how to promote their brand or anything. Like, those are the things that you need to focus on.
All right, interesting. So now we are coming to an end. So to the audience out there, if you have questions, you can actually just type your questions in the comment section, and we will get the panelists to answer them for you. Okay. Now the last thing is, what is your best advice to the audience out there who are interested in becoming the next successful toy designer? Maybe you can start with Jiaying.
Wow. What's the question again? Sorry.
What is your best advice to the audience who are interested to become the next successful toy designer like you?
Okay. Must get a full-time job. Don't get money. Get money first, then you can do your hobby. Because making toys really cannot like make your food or make you have food. So money is still important for you. Yeah, so hobby is also toy making is also as my hobby only lah, not a full-time job. So my part-time like weekend hobbies like that only. So still need to work.
All right, Stan.
Well, I think a few months back, I think so. Tenacious Toys. So I think he gave us a good feedback there that toy industry, it depends also on the stability. Sometimes you can't make money. Sometimes you can make money. It depends, and depends on the design as well. So I think you still need to have the financial stability where you need to work as a full-time job, get a full-time job, and then also you finance your part-time job. Yeah. So, and also we really need to love our character, our design that we have designed, so that if we love them, then it will be some sort of like positive vibes, so then we can continue on with other good designs. If we in the first place hate it, then why in the first place you want to do toys when you hate what you're doing, right?
Yes.
So I think put love into it. Yeah.
All right, Ho Ching.
Okay. I think I can give my own advice, as I've been through this. Is that even if you have 1,000 ideas in your mind, you still achieve nothing if you didn't put it into a realistic piece. Which means that this is all the time my weakness. I got thousands of ideas inside my mind, but I never actually hands-on and do it. So yeah, I think if you are really into the path of the next successful toy designer, I think 1,000 hours of practice, it's the key lah. So you have to really hands-on.
All right. How about Jay? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Now we have one question from the audience. What course to take in uni to learn about this career?
Wow. This is an interesting question. Let me start first. You can start to consider engineering. You can start to consider computing, as well as graphic design, interior design, fashion design, or whatsoever, because I believe this is all about passion. Right. And that's it.
Can you
Right.
can you please repeat the question again?
The question is what course to take in uni means that I think what is the most suitable course to go into in uni or colleges if they wanted to go into this career.
Oh, right. So graphic design will illustration as well. Illustration, character design. If you are heading towards like the VFX kind of career, creating characters for if you see Ubisoft, they send lots of hiring opening for all this. So I think that's the path, that's the course that you can take. Yeah, they always want illustrator, character designers, fine art as well, actually, because you in order for you to start from the scratch to design your own ideas and all that, so you need to be able to draw a basic stuff, basic fine art, basic drawing. Yeah, fine art. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if interested into like art, industrials can look for like illustration, graphic design, animation, this kind of like courses. You will touch something, sculpting, character design related stuff, and also mostly is about passion lah. So you like what you do is the most important thing.
Agreed.
Yes, agree. I think I will add in if you watch the past few episodes of our art toys webinar about these art toys, I think you can see people coming from a very diverse area. I mean, but mostly comes from graphic design place. There are people who comes from fine arts. There are people who comes from like Jekyll X. They both of them comes from like electrical engineering and computer science. So yeah, I think it's quite diverse. But I think the most important thing is that the courses that you go in, it teaches you the fundamentals of design, the fundamentals of arts and everything else that you have to learn. Even though if you are going into animation, doesn't mean that you have to spend your lifetime in animation. You can use what you learn in animation, such as like character design, and 3D modeling into making toys as well. So it doesn't matter which one that you actually go into. Like all our panel said today, one of the most important thing is your love for the thing, for the art toys that you wanted to create, and stay true to the things that you wanted to do. All right. So let's see if we have any other questions. Okay, I think no more questions. Yeah, I think we have no more questions. Okay, so I think we will just wrap it up here. So thank you again to all of you who agree to do this on the New Year's Eve. I know lots of people are spending time with their family on New Year's Eve, but we are talking about toys here on New Year's Eve. So thank you for your participation. Thank you for joining us. So this is our last webinar for 2020. So next month we will have another webinar on the 7th of January, which we will talk about architectural uh, topics, right? So where we will feature architect Francis Tang, who will be talking about architectural area. So thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to all of you. So we hope that 2021 will be a great year for all of you. So thank you and good night.
Happy
All
New
right.
Year.
Happy New Year. Okay, see you.